It's Thursday lunchtime and we are talking boxing. Simon and I might be lakeside here in Dusseldorf in Germany. Spencer Oliver is back home in the studio on the 17th floor of the News Building in London. We're talking about the fight that is due to take place at Wembley on September the 21st, which gives Daniel Dubois an enormous opportunity, one he may never have dreamt about in the past. He's about to go in and go head-to-head with Anthony Joshua. But Spencer, not only do we have Joshua Dubois, there's a whole bunch of fights in this full Riyadh season card which really catch the eye, are they not?
Yeah, they certainly do. We got Anthony Kakachi versus Josh Warrington. That's a great fight, a real 50-50. Kakachi coming off that great win against Joe Cordina out in Saudi Arabia, actually, as the underdog. And Warrington, as we all know, been there, seen it, done it, fights with his heart on his sleeve. So that is a fantastic fight. And the fight that I really like on this card, actually, is Joshua Buatsi versus Willie Hutchinson. Willie Hutchinson out in Saudi Arabia last time as well, beat Craig Richards. That fight is a really good fight, that one. I'm really looking forward to that. Tyler Denny versus Hamza SHEERAZ. Now, Tyler Denny is the kid that come from sort of like, you look, go back a couple of years, he come from nowhere, small hall shows, having to sell 80 tickets just to be able to get on the bill, you know, sometimes not even getting paid for fights. Fairy tale story goes on and, you know, stayed undefeated for a long time now. He's picked up the European title and gets his opportunity against Hamza SHEERAZ, who we saw against Amo Williams out in Saudi last time, and he looked fantastic. For me, SHEERAZ, probably one of the best prospects in the world right now. And another great fight as well, guys. Josh Kelly versus Liam Smith. This is a fantastic fight. Josh Kelly moving up from 154 super welterweight up to middleweight now to take on Liam Smith. I think the big question is, what has Liam Smith got left? Is there any desire? Has he got the firepower still? Does he still fancy it? And I think that's the million-dollar question. If he does, Smith probably starts a favourite. And then Turki Al-Sheikh's favourite fighter, actually, Mark Chamberlain, undefeated against Josh Padley. All about opportunity for Padley. Chamberlain just on the cusp of world class. So yeah, the fights that I've just mentioned there, what a fantastic undercard going on September the 21st.
They really are. It's a great undercard. What stands out for you, Simon?
I think Josh Buatsi versus Willie Hutchinson. Obviously, there was a lot of noise about Josh Buatsi fighting Anthony Yard, and for various reasons, that hasn't happened. But Willie Hutchinson's got a lot of cachet after the win against Craig Richards, but I think we'll see Buatsi having just a little bit too much for him. But it's a great fight. I was listening to Josh Warrington, because Josh Warrington's stepping up, isn't he, from featherweight to super featherweight to fight
He is.
Kakachi.
That's right.
And Kakachi, I think, caught everybody by surprise by the demolition job he did on Joe Cordina. And everyone has known that Kakachi's got a lot of talent, but there's always been this injury-prone stuff and opportunities that have been taken away. Now there is a real wind behind him, and I think that's a very difficult fight for Josh, but Josh will bring what he always does. Look, I mean, all of the fights have some real resonance, whether it's Mark Chamberlain because he happens to be the guy of all the money's favourite fighter, or whether it's Josh Buatsi because the light heavyweight division is so compelling, and Josh now must be taking that step nearer towards an opportunity. You've got Better Biev and you've got Bivol fighting on another Riyadh card later on in the year in October. So those belts at some point are going to find their way into an opportunity for Josh Buatsi. There's a lot of interest in him fighting Anthony Yard, and somewhere along the line that may well happen. But I think all of the fights, I mean, Hamza SHEERAZ has come out of Saudi as an ambassador now. He's, again, one of the favourites of the Riyadh
Great
guys.
guy too.
So there's all good fights. And there, I mean, obviously, you saw all the promoters on the stage. Ben Shalom's up there now, probably not before time, because he's due an opportunity to be in amongst the mix. And well done him for getting his fighters on that card. And there's some great fights, and it's headlined by a great heavyweight fight. And how often do you get British heavyweights up there fighting for a world title belt in a stadium that carries that sort of volume, heritage and size? Great event.
I tell you what, Spencer, with us here in Dusseldorf, you're back in London. Let's go through each fight one by one, and we'll build up to Joshua Dubois. But for you and Simon, give me the name as to you think will be the winner of each. So Mark Chamberlain against Josh Padley. Spence.
Yeah, Mark Chamberlain, listen, he's undefeated. You know, he's an excellent fighter, and he's on the cusp of world class. And I think for me, Chamberlain, you know, we saw him with a demolition job at last time out against Gavin Gwynn. We saw that performance, and where he beat Gavin Gwynn, who was considered a very, very good fighter, and he'd done him inside the distance. And I think for me, you know, you've got to go with Mark Chamberlain. Josh Padley, not too much known about him. 10 undefeated, 4 inside the distance, not boxed at this sort of level. He'll come, he'll give it a go. It's a big opportunity. But for me, I think Chamberlain, you have to say, will win this one.
Simon, give me. I'm not sure what Spencer didn't understand about one name, but that was fine. No,
Right.
Spencer, thank you for that.
I'm going to give you Mark Chamberlain. I'm going to give you Josh Kelly. I'm going to give you Hamza Sheeraz. I'm going to give you Josh Boazzi. I'm going to give you Anthony Kakachi, and I'm going to give you Anthony Joshua.
There you go. See, I love that.
Listen,
all right, Spence, go on. Josh Kelly, Liam Smith. Who wins it?
I thought you wanted me to break down all the fights, like, you know, proper breaking them down. I do apologise for that. I'm going
Not at all.
I'm going to lean towards Liam Smith. I think there'll be enough firepower for Liam Smith. I go with Hamza Sheeraz because I think he's a superstar of the sport. I go Joshua Boazzi, Anthony Kakachi, and Anthony Joshua.
Well, you take Boazzi to beat Hutchinson.
Yeah, but listen, that's a tough fight, that, because Hutchinson's got a lot of momentum coming off that Craig Richards fight, and he'll be there. And you know, it's the first taste of the big time that he had last time. He'll really fancy this one, but you just feel that Boazzi's sort of the more polished of the two.
Okay. Spencer, I hope even though you're on your own back in the studio in London, they do what they do for Simon. You get sandwiches, coffee, whatever you ask for, they bring it into. You getting that treatment?
No, I'm not. And I've noticed Simon eating a lot of satsumas when he's in here as well, and I haven't seen any of them either. I've got absolutely nothing, not even a glass of water, guys.
Yeah, no, he's changed his fruit diet. He's consuming an enormous bag of cherries here in Dusseldorf in
Gives you
Germany.
terrible wind, Spencer. Watch out.
Yeah, I'm in line for a very dodgy half hour with flatulence top of the agenda.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.